So, I don't remember the announcement for this set at all. I just remember going to Target one day, seeing it, and I saw all the characters in this box, and I knew right away I wanted the set. And I'll eventually get to the whole set, but today we're doing Nemesis Primal. Who is Nemesis Primal? I don't know. According to the wiki, he's a monstrous clone of Optimus Primal, which I want to know who updated this page, because way back on like July 26, I had a similar thought on my Instagram post, where he is an unholy spawn created by Tarantulas as a clone of Optimus Primal. He escaped the lab and went into hiding, and watching from the shadows, waiting for any bots to come in and invade his territory. And that was my post. And then, of course, in the wiki, it says he's a monstrous clone of Optimus Primal. So, is that a coincidence? Who knows? It's very much likely based off of what we got in the box. So, I don't know. The robot mode here is super good. It screams Primal with the punch of purple, the nice teal accents, and the silver just... oh, he looks super sweet. The accessories it comes with, of course, are his swords. And if you have the Kingdom Primal, you should already know by now that his shoulder cannons and his wrist guns all come out pretty easy, pretty hard, depending on the copy of your figure. And all of which are super accurate to how Optimus Primal is normally. I will say the one detail that is actually different here is they changed the faceplate between Optimus Primal and Nemesis Primal. So, who knows? We might get some form of comic character for this version. Who knows? Maybe we'll see in the new Beast Wars comic that's still coming out. Articulation on here is pretty well above average too. Again, if you have Kingdom Primal, you should already know what to expect. But for this specific version of the figure, I would advise a little bit of caution, as for some reason someone at QC just rolled over and died when checking the figure because the tolerance is all over the place. The bicep swivel is way too loose on mine. Some other joints are also too loose, so like getting him to stand all the time is a bit of a pain. So he still has a lot of articulation, but in terms of being able to hold a pose, it's for sure worse than the original figure, and which kind of makes it a bit more of a, feels bad man, seeing as this whole set costs $80 US. Transformation-wise, it's pretty nice. I'm a fan of this one in general. It reminds me of the masterpiece, Optimus Primal. But there are some changes. I wouldn't ever call it a retool because it works in similar ways, but no part or engineering is the same at all. It just happens to work on a very similar concept. And alternatively, the original Beast Wars Optimus Primal seems like it was the base for every other modern version of Optimus Primal that we've received ever since. Like with the EMP and the Kingdom. And then I also now have the vintage reissue, in which they all work kind of similarly. The look of the Beast Mode is just, oh, this thing is amazing. I'm still mixed on the realistic Beast Modes, even though it's been almost a year since Kingdom released. Some figures I think they're kneecapped by the realistic Beast Mode, but Primal, in all three versions that they've put out for Kingdom, they've been phenomenal looking. The Gorilla Mode on this one particularly looks just angry and looks like he's just going to go mess someone up for invading his territory. So definitely a really good looking beast mode. Overall, I think this is a very solid figure despite the obvious loose joints, and for those that are way too tight. If they ever re-release this figure, I would hope that they would fix the joint tolerances to make it feel better all around. So the figure as a whole, I'd give it like a 7 out of 10, and that's really only due to the joints alone. But as far as like the look, the paint, and just everything else with the figure, that's great. But the joints are what, heavily deduct the points from it. And who knows, maybe someday in the future I'll compare Netflix Primal to this version just to see how the decos compare, how the feel of the figures compare, just, all that other good stuff. That's really all I have, so make sure you leave a like, comment down below, and if you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. And if you're so inclined, please follow my social media pages down below in the description. And with that, I hope you guys all have a fantastic day, week, month, life, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye!